My name's Gunnar Lassen. I've grown up here in Eugene, gone to Willamette Christian Center since I was a little kid. And I'd like to tell a story that I've had this summer. Commercial fishing up in Kodiak, Alaska on my uncle's boat. August 15th of this past summer, our boat ended up getting rear-ended essentially by another boat that was about twice as big, going about twice as fast, and that it was enough momentum to really kind of push us over and capsize us in about a time span of 4 to 5 seconds from the point of impact. Me and 2 other crew members had been asleep at the time, and really just I remember waking up to just the pound sound of just hitting of something. I thought we hit a rock or something, but it was a little bit different in this scenario. And then we started tilting. I fly out of my bunk, hit my back, my neck on some stuff. I'm disorientated, don't have my contacts, my glasses, nothing. All of a sudden we're just upside down. I'm standing on what has been the ceiling of the boat for the entirety of my experience on that boat, and really seeing how many things were flying around in the boat, and just hearing the water pour in, and just it was really a sensory overload. Just the stimulation of all these different senses just pouring in at once. Blurrily seeing the water pour in through the windows and the door once we had capsized it was pretty surreal. The water climbed up. I felt it on my feet, to the knees, to the waist, the shoulders, and then eventually I got my head pressed up against the ceiling, and it meets me at the top. And so I take that breath, dive down. It takes about 45 seconds to a minute to try to navigate my way and dive and swim out of there, to try to get another breath. I remember coming out of the door and coming up on the deck where I thought would have been an air pocket for me to catch a little breath, maybe gather myself a little bit. But I came up, smacked my face against that, no air pocket or anything, and it was a little bit of a shocking moment for me to figure it out quick, because I was running out of air. And I reached down. Luckily, I felt the rail of the boat and was able to dive down a couple feet further and navigate myself out of there, and popped up on the surface, and was extremely, extremely grateful to have that first breath of air. It was probably one of the most relieving things I've ever experienced. But yeah, there was a lot of factors at play. A good buddy of mine that was working on the boat with me, he had propped the door open about a half an hour before the collision, which was just a freak chance that he had done that, and that was the deciding factor really of our survival. Had he not done that, water would have poured in through the windows, and we would have been stuck in there, unable to open the door because there's too much pressure underwater. But thankfully that door was open, so the water was able to flow in faster, which was concerning. But we were able to dive down and semi-freely navigate ourselves out while trying to avoid getting tangled on stuff, and while your legs are just getting banged up from different tools and different random objects. There's random straps of line everywhere that are just tangling you up, but it was really an act of God that we all made it out, and I'm here to tell a story about it. It was really a defining moment in my life to have at such a relatively young age of 21, 22, to be able to have an experience that has shown me the value of everyday life. You know, when you're staring at a situation that you can be gone like that more times than not, in those situations, people don't make it out in the positions that we were in. And when you're facing that kind of reality, it makes any problem I've faced after that moment, I've thought back to that moment and said, you know what? I'm not dying right now. You know, I can breathe freely, I can eat freely, I can talk to people, this is great. And it's given me an entirely new perspective of appreciating God's plan for me, of appreciating what really is important. And it's you know, the people around me and how I'm carrying myself. Like it's been an extremely influential moment in my life, definitely.